Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Midlife Arcade. We are the Pinball Underground. I'm Lawrence Adams, and tonight, we are going to be doing something special because something big has arrived, and I'll be walking you through all of the changes that have been occurring at the Midlife Arcade over the past, week. But yeah, I got my hands on a Ghostbusters. It is a game that I have wanted since basically I knew it existed. And I finally have it. But, today extracted a heavy toll. It did cost me an even trade for Jaws Pro, which, as many of you know, if you've watched the channel at all, or if you know me personally, or, you just know how good a game Jaws is. It cost me the Pro. So, there's a method to my madness here. Jaws Pro has been traded out because I've played and seen every piece of that game. I know it very, very well. As you've seen me play on the stream, I got much better over time. And what's led me to believe is that, one, Jaws should be nailed down in my collection. 100% should be nailed down in my collection. And two, I think I need the premium. Like, I think that I've played with the Pro as much as possible. I know the Pro is harder, which is actually something that I like. We'll get into that in a little bit. Sorry about the video feed. Something's going on with my face cam here. Hopefully it's not too bad. But anyways, so that's what happened. I traded, and I think I came out pretty darn good in the deal. I'm a big fan of this pin. It is absolutely brutal. This is one of the hardest pins I think ever made. It was made by we will not speak of, but the art is Zombie Yeti, absolutely fantastic. What do you say? 4 stars. I can't rate it highly enough, and I'm so happy to finally have something that Zombie Yeti's done in my collection because whereas we've seen a lot of Zombie Yeti stuff on Keith Elwin's games, we haven't seen. Zombie Yeti wasn't on Jaws. Even though, don't get me wrong, I love the artwork on Jaws. I think going with a photorealistic version was absolutely appropriate for the theme. But if you're talking about the Mount Rushmore themes for me, it's going to go Ghostbusters first, no matter what. Ghostbusters was such a large part of my childhood. I think anyone from my generation, definitely it was. I was one of the kids who ran around in the Ghostbusters jumpsuit, had the proton packs. I busted so many ghosts, it was absolutely ridiculous. And actually, speaking of busting ghosts, that's the thing I think we'll talk about tonight on the stream. I think we'll cover what's going on with busting the ghosts. So, basically the way it works is there are ghost inserts all over the playfield. And if those are lit and you roll over them, like in a lane or in one of the out lanes, or a target, essentially. Are there any on targets? Yeah, there are. If those are lit and you hit them or roll over them, you score a ghost. The more ghosts you score, the closer you get to we came, we saw, we kicked its ass multi-ball. And so basically you need to collect 100. It goes up the list and you get rewards for all of them. For 10 ghosts, you light the storage facility, which is basically your multi-ball. And this one, instead of calling it a lock, they call it the storage facility, which is theme appropriate. Then 20 lights Tobin's Spirit Guide, which is your mystery award. 40 lights negative reinforcement ESP ability. That is a video mode, which is fantastic. You have to choose the cards and guess what they are, like in the beginning of the film. 60 starts Super Loops, which is typical in pinball orbits. 80 starts PKE Frenzy, which is a hurry up. There are a lot of hurry-ups in this game, and it is an absolutely brutal layout. So the hurry-ups will kill you in this game. In fact, basically anything will kill you. Every shot can return to a straight down the middle. The flipper gap is famously much wider on this game than other games. It's not We Came, We Saw, We Kicked Its Ass multi-ball. You get 100 to get Mass Hysteria multi-ball. Sorry about that. I have never owned this game. I've never had time to play on this game as much as I'd like. I've played it quite a bit in tournaments and in League. But I will tell you already from just having this from basically 11 o'clock this afternoon, I have not stopped playing it. Hopefully that doesn't mean my scores are going to be absolute crap from overplaying, but it's got that one more game feel to me. I have learned not every game has that, but this one definitely does. Okay. Let's get into it, shall we? Most of all, we talked about the ghosts. The other thing you'll see, there are 3 ladders for modes in this game. It is a linear progression game, but you can actually switch. So essentially, you pick a ladder, climb the ladder. You pick a ladder, and then you have to complete the mode in that ladder, or switch to another ladder. But in the end, you have to basically you go through several scenes in the movie. On the left in the scoop, you have Spooked Librarian to start it off, which is, of course, the beginning of the movie, the library scene. In the center ramp you have, or left ramp you have, We Got One, which is, of course, Slimer at the Sedgwick Hotel. And on the right, you start with Okay, Who Brought the Dog, which, of course, brings you to the, goes to the Gozerian and all that stuff. That's the rough edges of the game. What I went over with the ghosts is kind of basic, that happens while you're playing. And the skill shot on this game is interesting. In fact, let's go ahead and talk about the skill shot while we look at it.
I ain't afraid of no ghost, but you should be.
So you have a double skill shot in this game. You can choose to change your rollovers at the very top, as you can see on the DMD. You can choose P, K, or E, and that will give you a different bonus. So P is plus 3x on your bonus. E is plus 3 million to your super jackpot, and K right now is advance your multipliers. I usually pick the E because I like to soft plunge in this game. I'll show you why in a second. And then you'll notice there's a blue light flashing on the playfield. As I hit the right flipper button, I actually am changing that. That changes what happens when you start that, so I can start the scene there. Plus 5 million on super jackpots. I can start a scene there. I can start a scene over on the right lane, which technically I guess the right orbit. And then over here I can start, what was it, Gay Frenzy? That's what it usually is. Yeah, start Gay Frenzy. Down here is catch 10 ghosts. So you just add 10 ghosts to your count down there at the containment center. Yeah, alright, let's do this here, shall we? Let's see here.
Choose your skill shot.
Alright. I got that one set. Let's go over to the scoop. There we go. Oh, I did get that back. I was lucky. Oh man. All right, fantastic way to start things off, isn't it? This game is just so absolutely mean, and I gotta say I love it for it. So one of the reasons I'm soft plunging is if you manage to not get up over the rollovers, it will come down that right orbit, and it won't hit any switches. The game doesn't start asking you; it doesn't start counting your ball save until you hit one of the switches or hit one of your skill shots. So when it comes down, you can essentially drain, and the ball will just kick right over into the plunger, into your shooter lane. And you can start over again. So just try not to hit anything until you mean to hit something is the goal. Like that. But
are you the gatekeeper?
I was going to say, but the slings do count. So if you end up hitting those, you're, out of luck. There we go. Hope you all are having a wonderful evening. I know I am. Oh. It would have been better if I could hit that orbit shot. The right orbit on this game might just be my favorite shot in pinball. It has a spinner there. It's such a tight lane. I'm telling you, it's literally what my fingers are right now. It's basically the width of the ball. But when you hit it, 100% of the time, you rip that spinner, and it's just so satisfying. I could do it every day, all day, and be satisfied. My monkey brain would be happy.
Choose your skill shot.
There we go. Oh, right out. But I should just get it back, see? There we go. Not bad. I gotta get a color DMD for this. I don't mind the red, to be honest with you, but the color's where it's at. So cool. Ramp to nowhere. Woo! God, that feels good.
Hey, anybody see a ghost?
Alrighty. There's just no saving the ball when it goes over because it's not like a normal game where you have the flippers close enough to the ball. Alright.
Welcome to
I think we can do a little better this time. At least I got the... Oh my god. Is that too much to ask for? Let's see. Sorry, my phone's not showing me my chat. Let me bring it closer here. What's my opinion of the home release rumor, even for Ghostbusters? I mean, they've also said that they might just remake it. So some people think it's a bit odd that I would pick this one up today. I gotta say, I hope they do remake it. I don't really care about the LCD. I'm actually a fan of DMDs and pins. If they release it, if they do a home release, that'd be great. If they do a re-release of anything, it'd be great. They could tighten up the geometry here a little bit. I like the clunk, so I don't really care. But again, a re-release of anything is fantastic, right? I mean, history of the pin, or specifically the history of the designer. So we'll see. I've heard rumors that it's going to be Walking Dead and not... actually, I heard that from Nap Arcade. Big shout out to Nap Arcade. Check them out if you haven't already. But yeah, anyway, so long and the short of my thoughts on the home edition. Home editions are interesting. If you like them, more power to you. I just, you're not going to see them in a tournament, so I'm not going to play them. God, the drain is a monster. Hey, I hope for a remake too, man. I almost didn't go with this because of the potential for a remake. If they do remake it though, and it's like Metallica remastered, they'll probably drop the Zombie Eddie art. Although he did just become the art director, so who knows? And then having the movies up on the LCD screen, or I guess really it's the first movie. There's like both movies fully in the pin. If they did that, you know, who knows? It's Stern. They can do whatever they want.
We really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself.
So do I.
Get the super jackpot!
Oh, that was just asking for it. Sorry if I popped your speakers there. If you don't know, so I'll go over this real quick. The captive balls over here, there's 4 of them, and it was 3 of them that move. But when you hit the captive ball in the front, the Newton ball, it actually sends balls up around a little corner and back down, and they get counted. Doing that is one of the ways to light your
Choose
lock.
your skill shot.
And you know, give yourself all kind of bonuses, like you can add a ball during multi-ball, etc. I have been trying to, in learning the game for myself, I have been trying to avoid a lot of the left of the playfield because it's just dangerous. I have not hit anything over there that you don't brick on and drain like 80% of the time, so I'm gonna have to learn those shots a little better. But if you're wondering, yeah, that's one of the coolest shots in the game. It's just sitting over there. I think the River of Slime and the Scaleri brothers are pretty much the only thing from the second movie in the game. That was a close one.
Symmetrical book stacking of the Philadelphia mass turbulence of 1947.
I'll take it. So that is also coming. Just a little sneak peek at what's going on over here in this House of Madness.
Ready for some overtime?
That would be something interesting. For like we're talking about with Pinball 2000. I actually just played a bunch of Revenge from Mars, which, you know,
Choose your skill shot.
not exactly something that's fantastic, but it still is an interesting game. I believe there was a version, wasn't there? Isn't that LE or something like that? Ghostbusters has like 3 distinct versions, if I'm not mistaken. So that's something to maybe they are looking into. My also fear with them doing a remake is that they would try and keep one of the reasons I was searching for a Pro for so long. One, I like the layout better on the Pro than the Premium. So that was just you know, bar none. But the Magna slings, the ghost slings at the bottom, I cannot stand those things. Half the time they just stop your ball in the middle of the playfield and drop it. And in a game like this, you don't need anything making it harder than it already is. To each their own, though. I know some people that love the Premium. One thing I do like about the Premium is how instead of this left ramp or the right ramp in the Pro that goes, the ramp to nowhere, the ramp in the Premium goes actually underneath the playfield and then comes back up, which is, I mean, it's a subway. They have the subway in the game. I mean, that's pretty freaking awesome. So, man, if they could do a best of both worlds scenario, where they're like, hey, let's get rid of the Magna slings, that didn't work, and put regular slings in, and then put the subway ramp in, if they did something like that, I would be all in. Especially if, you know, they kept the Zombie Eddie art package or had him specifically redesign it. Maybe we'll get a black and a white. Who knows? Ah, that always feels good. Come on, give it back. Oh, and I'm right out. The other thing about this game is that the in lanes and the out lanes are all just metal guides. So it means a couple of things. One, if the ball is coming towards them, it's going to be incredibly fast, like lightning fast. The other thing it means is that if you ever get one of those hops, like we do in pinball, where it goes from the flipper back up to the in lane, instead of it ever going down any of the
Choose your
four
skill
in
shot.
lanes that this game has, the ball will typically just spin out and roll across the top to the out lane. So, yeah, avoid that stuff. We're going right out the door. Oh my god, give it back. That ball just didn't want to cooperate. Ball 2 in that game? That hurts me. Alright. But yeah, I definitely got to get the color DMD, and I definitely want to do, I'm going to get the Insider Connected upgrade for this. It's still $200.
Choose your skill shot.
We are into some expensive toys in this hobby, I gotta say. Ah! Oh my god. That game just didn't like us. We're gonna start over.
I ain't playing no ghost, but you should be.
That's why I choose the E, because if I screw up my short plunge, usually I'm gonna go with the E rollover. Jesus. That hitting that shot, I must say, feels pretty good. Oh, that was just delicious. Learning how to control the ball, like when the ball ricochets off of any number of the clunk and flow things that this layout has. But it's actually a pretty decent term for it. Clunk and flow. That's, I mean, to me, I love doing that. Jaws was my first new box, my first pinball foray into this.
Choose your skill shot.
And since then, you know, a number of pins have come through, but some of them are definitely going to stay. And all the ones that I end up loving that have that one more game feel to me are all ones where it's like, oh man, like it has less to do with the flippers and more to do with getting the game to cooperate. If that makes any sense to anybody.
of this equipment?
I blame myself.
So do I.
Let's see what you got.
Oh my god. Bounced up off the playfield, under the plastic, and straight out the alley. Magnificent. The Scolari brothers are death in this game.
Super jackpot!
Alright, block one ball.
Here's the last one. Done.
Gotta find a way to hit those, because the shot is uniquely satisfying. It's one of the few captive balls that actually feels good to hit, but every time it drains.
Welcome to the Ghostbusters,
Good
Tex.
Lord. Yeah, that's why actually one of the complaints of the geometry in this game from a lot of people is you get a lot of straight down the middles out of the pops, but only from that left side, so I don't, you know. You're gonna learn to nudge in this one. Oh my god. Horrible.
What has that got to do with it? Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Oh man. That ramp to nowhere. I don't know why I decided to try and shoot it. There we go.
Hello, I'm Peter. Where are you from?
Originally.
Okay, I have a plan. I know exactly what to do. Stay close.
You gotta get some flow going in this game, but it's hard, man. Oh my god. Foolishness. modes are actually worth a lot. You just gotta make the shots.
Welcome to the Ghostbusters, rookie.
Oh man. You're getting there. No, slimer's down. Alright.
Okay, who's rock the dog?
Listen, you smell something?
Oh, Scolari Brothers.
Get the super jackpot.
I will. I'll try anyway. That's one of the other interesting things about this game. It has super jackpots outside of multi-balls.
Yes, it's true. This man has no.
Super jackpot! Super jackpot!
There we go. There's a little multi-ball action for you. There's the money shot.
Facility multi-ball. Ghost everywhere. You're up, rookie. Extra ball is lit.
Oh man. Extra ball was right there. Extra ball.
Extra ball.
I wanted it. I shouldn't have. Going after a chump shot in this game is like going after a chump shot in this game. Oh, come on. There we go. Give it back. Oh my god. That was brutal.
Congratulations.
All right. Paradox champion, Super Jackpot champion, and high score number 4. Not bad for a first day's work. Well, everybody, I want to thank you for stopping by. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday, as am I. There's not much left to say except I'm Lawrence Adams. This is the Midlife Arcade. We are the Pinball Underground. May all your scores be high, may all your balls be extra. I'll see you next time.